And like I think that's what can be toxic is like if you don't really take into consideration like the season of life that you're in, and how long you've been working out too, and am I changing out my workout style too? Because
Yeah.
if I wasn't mixing that up, there's a big reason why I'm maybe plateauing, is
Yeah.
I'm not changing the way that I'm working out and that kind of stuff. So
I think like what's interesting is like the most common mistake, and it's like it's a mistake because it actually leads to harm. But I think the most common thing people do is when they face plateau, they one don't do what you did, which is like, sit down and be like, okay, like why am I not doing it? They just assume they're not working out hard enough, right? And so then
yes,
they start doing like going just over the top with their workouts, right? And it's
yes.
just like they think that like, oh, I'm burning more calories, like whatever. It's like, or like I'm like working out twice a day. Like I'm like,
Well, and I will speak on that too. So like I'm speaking it reflecting. This is what I end up doing. But I did go through that phase too,
right.
where it was like I plateaued. What do I do? And so I started working out longer.
Yeah.
So I actually ended up doing. I made that mistake, and like I can speak on it now and be like I shouldn't have done that. I started working out for an hour. Like usually it was like an hour workout. I went
Yeah.
to an hour and a half, and I would be doing like almost seven to eight exercises per workout.
That's a lot.
And at that time I was doing the bro workout where it was like back and buys, 70 exercises of back and buys. Like that is overtraining 100%. But I got to the point where like I need to work out harder. I need to do more.
Yeah.
And like that's not it. Like first couple of weeks, sure, I was like, yeah, I'm so sore and it was great. But then like, yeah, it was not it.
No, like I think it's just like the idea of like I need to work out hard. Like I cannot say this like I can't say this enough, dude. Like length doesn't mean gains or progress, and the intensity doesn't mean that either. Just because you like go balls to the wall like every single workout like 24/7, right? Like 7 days a week, you like just go as hard as you possibly can. Like being completely honest, man, like it's not sustainable. Your body's gonna stop you, right? Your body is not meant to go that hard. Like you think about like for example like CrossFitters. I feel like CrossFitters are probably like most known for like the intensity of their workouts, right? Like those guys like still take rest as well.
Yeah, they still rest
Like they
for sure.
still rest, right? And they're like the most like bizarre people on the planet. Like they will power clean like 50 power cleans in a minute, right? But they will still take time to rest,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like if you talk to any like person in the fitness industry, any like trainer, right, that's been through it, like rest is so underrated. And no, I think like it's just something that like I mean it's a natural train of thought, it's just like, oh, like if I like I think it like depends on the culture too, right? Like work culture, like, oh, I'm not getting a promotion, I have to work harder, right? Or like
Yeah.
I'm not getting the grades that I need, so I need to study harder. And obviously like that shows results, right?
Mhm.
But I think like the danger of that is like you put it into your body and you literally just run your body to the ground.
Yeah, it's just not sustainable in the long run. Like it could work, but
Like it's
yeah, like
just
the way when you were talking about it, like when you're going like balls to the wall 24/7, like I always think of a car, a gas powered
Yeah,
car. Like
okay.
if let's say you get a brand new 2023 Subaru, and I don't know, like you're driving around the world or the country, right? If you're gassing it 80, 90 miles an hour as you're driving every day, as you're going around the country, like by the time you get back, the car is going to feel like it's aged like years, right?
Oh yeah.
Whereas a car is like maybe you're going to go through some parts where you do go faster, but maybe you take stops still, you fill up on gas, you take a lunch break, and you still take breaks in between. It lets the engine cool down, lets the car cool down, and so you can go back and it can go back to optimal performance. Or just like your phone, you charge your phone to 100% and use it down to zero, but like if you're not letting that phone charge back up to 100%, you go up to 75% and then you're running that down to zero again, and over time like your optimal is going to be a lot lower than 100% for sure.
Oh, that's like actually such a good analogy, dude. Like I think, yeah, like ever since like when we were little, like remember like the race between the rabbit and the tortoise, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Like
Hmm.
it's like literally a perfect depiction of like what we're talking about. Like the hare started out balls to the wall,
Gassing it, yeah.
gassed it, took a nap, and then he lost.
Well, and he had to nap because that's when his broke down, right?
He had to nap because he was so tired.
And the tortoise was like, I'm just chilling, and it finished the race happy still, and the hare was like, what the fuck?
Like, I think, like, if you, like, look at, like, I think, like, that's why, like, so many people have injuries. It's just, like, like, if you look at people who, in comparison, right, like, you have, like, people who take the longevity approach, slow and steady, like, you know, they, like, hit their good numbers, but they're, like, progressing at a steady pace. They take the time and rest and whatever, right, versus a guy who, like, just spiked, like, super high on his numbers, but did it in, like, 6 months or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, the joint health, the muscle health of these two individuals is so drastic, right? Like, I think, like, it's, like, something I've been, like, I repeat with my clients over and over is just, like, I firmly believe that if you follow and you're disciplined about it, right? If you're disciplined about changing your lifestyle, you're eating better, moving regularly, like, you will eventually look like what you want to, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like a lot of the time, like, the mental health comes into, like, the negative mental health, negative thoughts and comparison comes in when you try to speed up that process. Where, like, I need to look like this in, like, 6 months, when in reality, like, that guy that you want to look like probably took, like, years to look like that. But it just looks like before content and stuff. It's just like, oh, follow the 16-week program and you'll look like me. Right? No, like,
you know, take this juice and, you know, inject that.
Eat liver every day and you'll look like me.
Raw liver, dude. Like, what?
Raw testicles, dude.
Yeah, like,
raw meat.
Like, I don't.
Oh, and don't forget, steroids are very, very important.
Yeah,
HGH.
of course, essentials almost.
But I think, like, it's like, I don't know, Joel Embiid, trust the process, right? Like, I think. Yeah, I'm very confident that, like, you know, if you trust, like, your program, you trust in yourself, that you will remain I guess disciplined to your eating healthier, having, like, a better overall lifestyle, a more active lifestyle, right? Like, you will eventually look like what you want to be. Like, you will hit those goals. It's just, like, I think slowing down the process is something that people have almost forgotten, right? It's safer. It's a lot, like, less taxing on your body. Yeah. Right?
Well, and it's what it's supposed to be too. Like, training fitness is not supposed to be a short-term turnaround, right? Like you said, like, yeah, you'll see progress, but, like, any kind of, like, progress that's going to last is going to take time. Like, if you want to develop like a strong chest,
right,
you're not going to do push-ups and bench for 3 months and you'll be good, because then, like, the atrophy, like, if you stop working out, right, you'll lose that within a month or two if you don't actively participate. It's a long-term commitment to, like, your lifestyle, and then being able to keep it up at a pace where it's sustainable for you to maintain. It becomes a habit for you. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, how long is that gonna last? So
yeah, like, the sustainability aspect, right? It's just like how long will your body sustain itself to push yourself to that, like, maximum heart rate, or, like, the maximum load that your body is able to take. Like, I think, like, something that's also important to remember is, like, listen to your body, like, how important that is. Like, I feel like a lot of the time when people are doing it to, like, reach this goal really fast because, like, that's what they're, like, put on themselves, it's, like, unneeded, like, I guess, social constraints from social media and stuff, like, oh, I need to look super attractive and I need to maintain this physique, or else, like, people won't find me attractive, like, I won't find, like, a girlfriend, or, like, people won't respect me in the industry as a trainer if I don't keep this physique, right? I think, I think people, like, drive themselves into the ground. Like, it's almost like you forget, you ignore your body. Like, your body will give you signs, like, being like, hey, man, like, my knees really hurt. Like, you got to slow down. It's just like, no. Like, you have to keep doing it. Yeah. Right? Like, day in, day out, we have to keep doing it, or else, like, we're going to lose stuff. It's like, no, dude, like, take a rest day. Rest is so important. Like, rest is so important. Like, dude, honestly, like, take a whole week off if you need. Like, you're not going to lose that muscle. Like, it's not how your body works. You're not going to get obese by taking, like, 2 weeks off, dude. Like, just go for a walk.
And there's that saying, it's like, you rest, take care of your body will take care of you. And
exactly.
That's just how
like,
it's supposed
absolutely,
to be.
Man. Like, it's just like, yeah, like, you know, like I have clients being like, oh, like if I'm coming in here like only 2 times a week, should I be like working out like other days, like every day? I'm like, no. Like if you think about it, like, are you resting? Like your joints are gonna be screaming at you. Your muscles are probably gonna be tearing to shreds, and they're gonna be crying, right? So if you keep like pushing yourself to that like extent, like how much are you gonna be able to sustain that before your body will literally force you to stop, like me?
It'll shut you down. It'll humble
shut you down
real quick.
Let's take a break there. That was a good one.